Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special episode of G&G News. Today I've got Abster here with us.
Good afternoon.
And I've been quite fortunate to be able to unbox some of her pop figures. So you may have seen of recent she unboxed a lot of my Star Wars ones. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to get my fill and get some of hers then. So this is a pop figure that I think is pretty cool. The one that she's on the collection for how long?
Less than a year.
And where did you get it from?
Crackers.
And how much was it?
£20.
So this one is one that I have not seen before physically, which is a Pop Movies The Lord of the Rings Lurtz edition 533. Can you remember the scene where you see him for the first time? I can't. It's in the Fellowship of the Ring. So in the Fellowship of the Ring, there's a scene where you see the Uruk-hai being formed and forged, and Saruman wipes his hand down his face, and he goes, Uruk-hai. And it goes, da da da, dun dun dun. And it's an epic scene, and the music is fantastic, and the visuals are epic, and yeah, it was an amazing scene. And also, this is the guy who kills Boromir.
I was going to say that.
And then Legolas and Aragorn have to deal with him. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to open this one up for today. It is a vinyl figure. Unfortunately, it's not a bobblehead. It doesn't glow in the dark. It's not special edition or anything like that, but it is a very cool figure nonetheless. And on the back here, there's a couple of different ones. So you don't have any of these other ones, but there are Merry Brandybuck 528, Treebeard, which I imagine by looking at the size of that's going to be a big pop figure. It's similar to the same sort of size as potentially the Balrog. Pippin Took, Aragorn, Gollum, I have seen before. And the one that we're opening up today is obviously Lurtz. Dimensions of the box. Here's the DRM number. And if you want to follow him, you can go to Facebook, Twitter, and all that good stuff. So it's Lurtz 13562 Lurtz Pop.
We haven't seen this pop figure before.
No.
And we thought, I thought, I might as well grab it.
A lot of detail for the shield. Obviously, you can see the battle damage on the shield. Metallic gold bronze sort of colour has been painted. They've also slightly painted as well the sword, which is an Uruk-hai sword, because all their swords look like that.
I like the detailing of like the armor.
What's your favourite part?
I like the face paint. I like the eyes. I do like how he's holding both like the shield and the weapon in his hand. What's your favourite part?
Probably the detail for the armor. They've done the belt buckle. As you can see, that belt buckle is undone, and you can even see like they've even put notches in the belt buckle, in the belt, which is pretty cool. The gauntlets as well, very cool. Feet are kind of plain, but
isn't there a Funko thing on it?
Hair tie as well. A Funko.
It's normally on the feet or
no, but there is a
neck.
DRM number just there printing to certify it is legit. But yes, normally they do have.
Oh, hold on, it's there.
Where? That's the DRM.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a very cool figure.
Can it stand up? Without stand? Yes.
Yes, it will stand on its own because it's flat-footed. The weight's proportioned quite well for this one. Most of the weight, I would say, I think it's quite even, to be fair. I think the head is probably about 40%. The body would be about 60%. So more so on the body, but it's not toppling the figure over. There are some pop figures beforehand that I have placed down and they were literally toppled over due to how they're made.
Sometimes it's how heavy the head is.
Yeah, it's the components as well that make them up. If they've got like several layers of hair, that can topple a figure over, or whatever it may be. But if I was to give this one a rating out of 10, I wish that this glue in the dark, or the eyes glue in the dark, or maybe the teeth, or like a shine on the shield or essentially the sword, then I could probably give this a 9 out of 10. But like this, I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10. It's a very cool figure. Just wish there was a bit more detailing on the feet and something to make it a bit more unique. But it is the standard version. It's not a special edition or any sort of variant like that. So yeah, I think that's quite a fair rating for it. What would you say?
I would say 9.
You give it a 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Why would you give this one a 9 out of 10?
I quite like the design. I like how it is. I would just wish, if it was a 10 for me, I wish they just added a little bit more detail and maybe do something, whether it grows in the dark or whether it's flocked.
Okay. There are also scented pop figures I have seen. I have seen one scented pop figure which was an entertainer in Cardiff, which was a strawberry...
Care Bear?
No, it was a strawberry My Little Pony
Oh, yes.
one. I think it might have even been called Strawberry or whatever its name may have been, but
I think I've seen the Care Bear ones that are scented.
there are light variant pop figures now as well that actually light up in the dark that you can get. So there are quite a few different ones, but Lord of the Rings pop figures I don't see too often. So yeah, if I do find any more in the future, I'll sure to buy them and add them into your collection, because thus far you have 3. We're going to get on to the other ones. We were going to do this in 3 separate videos, but I'm just going to do it in one big video. So next up we have a Grishnach, I believe is how you say it. It's Grishnach because of the above the A. I forget what that's called, a hyphen. So this is from a Funko 2019 Spring Convention limited edition pop figure. This one was bought from Crackers, but that's the convention that it's from, so I don't know if they ordered this online and then got it that way, or they went to the actual convention itself to collect it. There's a few on the back here. I have seen a couple of these before. So there's Legolas, there's Gimli. I've seen Gimli, I've seen Boromir, I've seen all of these apart from the Witch King. Galadriel, which will probably go up ridiculously in price due to the fact of the Rings of Power show, and Galadriel.
Yeah, we've seen her before.
Yeah, and Forbidden Planet.
Yeah.
But Galadriel at the moment is the main character, obviously, for the Rings of Power, so that pop figure I reckon will massively increase. The Witch King, a very iconic character, and obviously the Dunharrow King, which is a very cool pop figure. I hope that one glows in the dark. So these is another one. You may remember him from the movie. I'm trying to see if you remember him. Do you remember who he was? What he tried to do?
Is he the evil one?
They're all evil.
Like,
no, so in the Two Towers, there's a scene where I believe it's Merry and Pippin, and he goes to eat them.
yeah.
And they escape. So I think he's from that particular scene in the Two Towers.
So which one created the... who was the pack leader of these goblins?
So these were, I believe they were goblins, goblins and orcs. I can't remember the specific name, but I'm sure there would be a pop figure for that character. Because that's the other thing as well. I guess it was probably hard to try and make the servants of Saruman and Sauron individual due to the fact that there were so many CGI'd in numbers. I remember there was Lurtz. I think he was the one we just opened. He was the captain of the Uruk-hai, I believe. Then there was this one. There's another one as well. There's a few different ones, but I'll be honest, I don't know all their names, so as you can see, certifies that it's legit. Let's open this one up. So with this one, because it's got these like ice white, blue-ish eyes, I would love the eyes to actually glow in the dark. I think that would be a good variant to add to this pop figure.
I like the armor.
I like the two-tone for the actual face. You can see black and a very dark brown maroon sort of colour. Hole in his teeth as well, because they did have very bad teeth. Jagged sort of curved blade. Looks very cool as well. They've put 2 colours on it to make it look like it's worn, like it's a worn blade. A lot of detail on the pelt that he's wearing, which is quite cool, and the bones protruding out of it. DRM number underneath. On the bottom, nothing. Oh, so maybe Lord of the Rings ones don't actually have.
Is it on the neck?
No, there's a DRM number, but that certifies it's legit. Yeah. But there's no Funko tag or printing.
Oh, his body moves.
You can move his body slightly, so you can oppose him, I guess, in different ways.
Could you move his head?
Yeah, but only to a certain degree due to how big the hair is and the shoulders. It will only go that far.
Yeah.
If you twist it too much, you probably end up breaking it. Yeah, that's a very cool looking figure. Nice detail as well for his armor and his gauntlets. His little, silver knee pads. Compared to the last figure, even though this one is like a Comic-Con special variant, I prefer the last figure more than this. And I gave the last figure an 8, so this would get like a 7.5. This could get a 9 from me if it was a glow in the dark figure. And the one that's from a Comic-Con, you would expect it to have some sort of extra little thing. But I think it's just because this one generally probably wasn't in the normal line of the set. It was just listed for Comic-Con because of limited variants or something. So yeah, that gets a 7.5 out of 10 for me. How about you?
7.
Why would you give it a 7?
Well, most of the details there, but it's just very plain.
Yeah.
Like, I wish it kind of glow in the dark, or he was like maybe a different variant, like metallic or maybe glitter Funkos. Okay,
so last but not least, I saved this one to last. We've had this one probably the longest, actually. This is a Lord of the Rings 448 Balrog vinyl figure. Now, a little story about this. There was a glow-in-the-dark variant, and I remember at the time when I bought this for you, I said, do you want the glow-in-the-dark? And you said no.
Oh.
And it was only about £4 or £5 more than this one. And at the time, I bought this pop figure, and it cost me £20. This pop figure goes for a lot more online now if you have it in quite a good condition and whatnot. But that's not the reason we buy pop figures. We buy them because we enjoy the movies and franchises and films and people correlated with them, hence the reason why we buy them. So yeah, you could add the glow in the dark one. It was like an extra £5, but you decided not to, so I got this one instead, which is just the normal variant of it. As you can see, it is a very large box, considerably larger than, I'll put one next to it just so you can see how small it is, a normal pop figure size box. These are 6-inch figures, so let me show you the dimensions. Well, try and show you the dimensions of this monstrous box. I have bigger ones than this that I've opened before. I think the biggest pop figure I've ever opened was a Niffler. You can check that out. So, ones that are available, and I have seen every single, no, apart from Saruman.
I haven't seen him.
That's the only one I haven't seen. I've seen Gandalf, Frodo Baggins in different variants, Gandalf in different variants, Samwise Gamgee. I've also seen the glow-in-the-dark variant where he has the light and the light glows. The Nazgul I have seen once before. I have never seen a Saruman. If you guys have seen one in the UK, let us know where. And 448 is obviously the one that we're opening up today, which is a official Lord of the Rings Balrog. Alright, I don't think there's anything more to say about this box. DRM number on the bottom. Alright, let's open this up. I think this hasn't come out of the box in probably a good couple of years. Oh wow, so look, the print was that large. There's even a print on the sleeve. Whoa, that's a big, whoa, I forgot how big this is. Now look at the scale. This is monstrous. Look at the size of that for a pop figure. If I was to put a pocket pop keychain next to this, it would seem
very small.
Insignificant. Absolutely insignificant. So, let's have a look at this. Obviously, we've got a very cool whip. The detail and the difference with the glow-in-the-dark one was the eyes, the head, and the whip have a glow and tinge to it. So, got these very red, evil eyes. A lot of different colorway detail. ranging from yellow to orange to a reddy pink sort of colour, showing the fire coursing through his body. Wow. Even like, look at the wings, even the wingspan, and yeah,
the tail is
and where his bones would be on his wings, the detail, for the tail looks really cool. The horns as well, they've envisioned and captured the horns very well. Obviously, it's a Funko variant of how a Balrog would look. A Balrog would look a lot more detailed, but this is very close for what Funko would do, how they make their pop figures look. Look, he's even got a 6-pack. Didn't even see that for a second, but yeah, he's even got a 6-pack. Even his hands, like how he's gripping the actual. Oh wow, they even put fingernails. And yeah, that is. And this one is branded Funko LLC 2017 www.funko.com, made in Vietnam. DRM number. Yeah, that is a beautiful figure. I think the only figure I've unboxed to size, you guys have seen this, it's on my channel. I unboxed the Alien Queen many years ago. I used to have the Alien Queen pop figure.
Yeah.
It was a similar sort of size, and that was probably the biggest sort of pop figure that I've unboxed, apart from obviously the Niffler figure. I will honestly give this figure a 9.5 out of 10 just because it doesn't glow in the dark, and I know I could have got the glow in the dark variant for you, so that will always irk me. So yeah, it will get a 9.5 out of 10, but just look at just look at this. It's amazing. Does any of this move? Oh,
the head moves.
Oh, 9.75 out of 10. That's great. What do you think?
9.
You give it a 9. Why did you give it a 9?
Just because of the detail and the colours, it sets out. It's not all in your face. The eyes stand out, and obviously the head moves.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very detailed.
Okay. So that is the clear winner for today. But anyways, people, thank you for watching another episode of GMG News. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications if you haven't done already. Massive shout out to Abster. Go and check out her channel. She's recently unboxed a load of Star Wars pop figures, and you might see me in some of those videos as well. Thank you for obviously participating in this video today.
That's okay.
And shout out to everybody who's viewed this. We've got some more pop figures that we will be opening up and unboxing real soon, so I'm sure we will catch you in those videos. If you have enjoyed watching this video, leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe. If you turn on notifications, that way you'll be informed each and every single time I upload new content. And if there's a pop figure that you've enjoyed seeing, leave it in the comments down below and let me know which pop figures are you collecting. There's so many these days, and it's so interesting to find out what pop figures people collect. They're one of those things. I believe pop figures have become as popular as essentially Pokemon cards, because I see them on people's keychains, I see them in offices, I see them, there's so many people who collect them now, and there's so many different franchises that pop figures are now available in, that it's kind of limitless. But anyways, we'll be back real soon. Have yourself a fantastic day. Keep on smiling. See you in a bit.
Bye.